Hey guys, what's up? This is the Demon Corpse, and today we're talking about the next Xbox showcase and Phil Spencer apologizing to everyone. And I I was kind of shocked. I wasn't expecting him to apologize for anything, but yeah, he did. I was like, dang, oh well, I guess it was that bad of a launch, and I kind of knew it was going to be bad of a launch. And ever since I saw that game, I just never thought it was going to be that successful. I don't know. I just felt it. When I first saw the trailers for Redfall, I was kind of just thinking, is this what people want? That's what I was thinking when I was watching it because I don't think people from Xbox, I mean, people who want I don't know. Well, I don't even know what Xbox people want anymore at this point. But I think Phil Spencer should just do a poll on Twitter and just ask, like, show every IP they own, and just ask, what do you guys want? Because we don't know what we can make, and we are having a identity crisis. So please do a poll. Please see every game and give us a percentage, and we'll do one of them. He should just do that and just see people's reactions, because Xbox, the besides Bethesda Studios and well, they're not going to get Activision at this point. Oh well, I kind of happy because they probably would destroy Call of Duty, but yeah, that's probably what will happen anyway if it was on Game Pass. But what else? Besides that, even all the studios they bought before that, they had a bunch of IPs that I've said many times before that they never use, and they could probably show all those IPs that they used to own and they probably still own, and all the IPs they now own, and just ask, what do you guys want? They may show Quake. I think they're going to show a Quake remake. I am fully believing in that. I do think its software for the last couple of years has been working on a Quake remake. It just makes sense because we just had Quake ported to modern day platforms. It's like they're kind of telling people, "Hey, we're bringing back Quake," and I think that would be a good idea. In my opinion, it would be a great idea to bring back Quake 2 and Quake 3. Quake 3 is it's such a fun game. I highly recommend playing Quake. I haven't played that much of it, but man, I played like I think mostly an hour-ish, but it's fun. Like I highly recommend it if you have never played Quake 3, but there isn't really a story. Maybe they find a way to connect Quake 1, 2, including 4 together, maybe, but that would be odd. But I think that's what they're going to be announcing at the actual event that's coming up for Xbox's E3, whatever it's called, the showcase, on May 11th. If they don't, then, oh well, I guess we're not going to get a remake of Quake. But I think that's the next game its software is working on. Uh, I can't say I'm working. Oh my gosh, working. I think that's is that working on. Damn it, I can't say my R's correctly this time. Ugh, ugh. But I think that's what they're doing. We may get some announcements for Fable and Avowed. Avowed looks interesting. That looks very interesting, but we haven't seen no gameplay yet. We may see Hellblade, maybe. I don't know. Maybe Everwild. We may see that. Maybe Gears of War 6, but I highly doubt Gears of War 6. I think that's a long ways ahead. I think it's coming out in 2025, I believe. What else? Maybe some old IPs they may resurrect, like Blinks, or maybe if they ever will go back to Blinks. That's an old IP that they never really used, only in the OG Xbox era. Maybe Lost Odyssey. I don't know. Maybe they may strike a deal with Mistwalker and make Lost Odyssey 2. I don't know. That would be shocking. Maybe Blue Dragon. Now let's make there was already a sequel to Blue Dragon. It was called Blue Dragon Plus and Blue Dragon Awakened Shadow, and those were only released on the DS and rather expensive. Well, the third one is Awakened Shadow. That's expensive. But Blue Dragon's like $30, so you're not gonna be that disappointed. It may go up if they ever maybe announce a remake, but I highly doubt that. That may not happen. Or maybe Xbox may announce some third-party exclusives because they do not have any third-party exclusives except maybe High on Life. Well, last year they did, but that memorable. Scorn. If they announced a sequel to Scorn, that would be weird. I'll be like, dang, I guess that game was somehow successful. High on Life. I heard that game was really good. I never played it. I just don't have time to play that game yet. It looks fun. It's in my style of comedy, but I'll play it at some point. Maybe they announce High on Life too. Maybe. But there's gonna be some interesting stuff at this event. And besides the event, looks like Phil Spencer apologized to everyone. That kind of shocked me because I was just like, I wonder if he's gonna apologize. But I'm like, yeah, he probably won't. Just keep quiet. But he didn't. He just told everyone, yeah, this game sucks. And he talked about a whole bunch of other things that kind of make sense. They know they're going to be in third place. He was very honest in that thing. Like they know they've messed up, and they know they mostly talk about the Xbox One and how it was a complete disaster, and kind of just telling everyone the Xbox One was a disaster for them, and they really messed up because people who have a PS4 now will buy a PS5, and that makes sense because of the digital. It's a digital storefronts. If let's just say if I have PS4 and I have like a bunch of digital games, I'm not going to Xbox and buying their console. I'm going to stick to the PlayStation platform because I have all those games. That's just how it is, and I think that's something even Phil has said that they messed up on big time, and that's why. But mostly it was because the system looked like a VCR, and there's a whole bunch of other things that affected them that they did not talk about that really affected them as a whole with the Xbox One's launch as a whole. But because if you guys did not know this, and I've talked about this a couple of times in many of my videos, the 360 was somewhat successful in Japan. Why is that? Reason why is because there is a lot, and I mean a lot of Japanese exclusive 360 games that were never released in Japan, never released in North America. You can look these up if you want to, and they're mostly like kind of graphic novels and some rail shooters. They're not like the Call of Duties, but they're games that are somewhat popular in Japan. Even fighting games that were never released here, but maybe in Europe. I know there's one. I've done an unboxing of it for the PS3, but there's a 360 version of it that was released in Japan and Europe, but not North America, only digitally. Weirdly enough, but yeah, these 360 era, we had some really interesting Japanese games. Even the OG Xbox, and most of these games are wicked expensive. Most of them are though above $60, so you're not going to get them cheap if you want to play them. And they have gone re-releases. Some of them have, but even the Xbox One, weirdly enough, has a couple of Japanese only Xbox One games that are somewhat expensive, let's just say. They are with somewhat collectible, and they're very hard to find. You won't even find them on the digital storefront. But there's not many, so it's not like, and probably because how unsuccessful the Xbox One was. And sadly, I do have some. I will say that I have been trying my best to find these games, but they're very expensive. They're above $80, and I for me as a whole, I don't like paying that much. And they're in Japanese, so I kind of am like, ugh. But I'll try to look for them if they're under 60. But just watch out. You may want to collect them before they go more up in price, just because even the Xbox One, in my opinion wise, yes, it is not a successful system and the games are not that collectible. It's just weird sometimes to see some games that you'd never think a actual release. But besides that, that's just mostly my like looking at statistics and looking at numbers about the 360, and yeah, it's there's a lot of things Phil Spencer was saying that I agree with in some areas, but it's mostly Microsoft's fault for mostly and literally destroying the brand in Japan, including other places as well, with the 360 around the end of the time span. There were still games coming out for it, and there were still Japanese exclusive games coming out for the 360, but I don't know what happened, but something happened at some shareholder meeting, and they probably were asking Xbox Japan and asking, hey, why is this system somehow popular? Can we see the games getting released? And they saw all these games, and they were not happy, probably. They thought Call of Duty was the thing over there, but it wasn't. It was a otaku system. Let's be honest, it was a weeb system over there, so they didn't like that. And it just went down. That's after that, ever since the 360, like around whenever they put that thing in, because they had issues with Galgun returns, and really enough, well, not Galgun return. Well, they did ban Galgun returns, but the original Galgun was released on the 360, but they had issues with that game. So I don't know. Xbox is a odd company, but it is their fault as at the end of the day for destroying the Xbox brand, and they got no one else to blame but themselves. So yeah, it's just how it is, and I think the Nintendo Switch is going to be the successor of everything because the Switch is such a great system, even if it is almost at its limit, I believe, as a system. But I think Xbox will become third party. I really do think that as a whole, just because of what's been going on, they're going to be the same thing as a Dreamcast. Let's just say if they keep doing this crap. And even Starfield, if they say Starfield is 30 FPS, that's going to really piss off a lot of people. And reason why is because like this is the Series X. They're saying it's the world's most powerful console, and it is the world. Well, not now anymore, but it is the only reason why it isn't is because of the Series S. If they just stop this mandatory crap, as I said many times in other videos about the Series S, if they just gave up on the Series S, I think we'll be seeing more games coming out at 60 FPS. But it's just that mandatory Series S that they have to bring and just keep pushing on people. I don't know. And that's just Xbox and Microsoft shooting themselves in the foot as they always do when they release a new console. Hey, here's the world's most powerful console. Well, technically it isn't because we made another version that's even crappier than the one you want to use. So let us shoot ourselves in the foot just to make it annoying for developers to work on our systems. That's why I think most developers just don't want to make a Series S version, because there's a difference. They're both different consoles. Weirdly enough, they're not the same console. Weirdly enough, so they have to make a Series S and Series X version. I think that's stupid, but it's just how it is. Let's hope they change it. But besides that, yeah, I don't know I don't even know what we're going to be expecting from Xbox. I really don't. Everything they've been releasing is just bland or boring, and the games that I'm interested in, they're not releasing, so I just don't care. And besides, I have a lot of games I'm playing anyway from other systems, even the PSP. Great system, but has its issues with having one analog stick. That's, oh man. Just think if the PSP had two analog sticks, and that would be like, oh, that's the PS Vita. But back in early 2000s, let's just say if the PS Vita had two analog sticks, that would be like, oh my goodness, be amazing. Because it's so annoying playing games on with one analog stick. Oh man, it's like the 3DS. Oh man, it's weird. Let's be honest, it's so weird. But besides that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys are excited for this Xbox event. That's probably going to be interesting, and I don't know. I'm gonna check it out. I'll make another video and give my impressions on it. It's on May 11th, so it's on next Thursday. So at 1 o'clock where I am. So yeah, I finally get to see these events. Because every time I try to get to see these events, I'm never home or something's happening, and I just don't have time, sadly. But oh yeah, Perfect Dark's gonna be showing as well. I think I've said that maybe. I don't know. I think I talked about it. Maybe I didn't. Well, Perfect Dark, another game. I've never played it before, so probably shouldn't play the new one. I heard it had some issues with developers wasting their time. I don't know. That's why I just don't care. I don't care. I don't care. It's gonna just be a game that everyone's going to forget, like Bleeding Edge. Who remembers that game? That old Xbox exclusive that no one remembers. So, yeah. But besides that, like, share, and subscribe. If you want to support me, go to my Odyssey channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See you, scavengers.